friends, it's Nancy, and I am back to do another journal. So I got this book at the thrift store last week for $2, and I thought, well, $2, that's a really great price. I love the interior, and the date is 1897. So and these are great pages. They're gilded on the edge. They're nice thick paper. I'm going to save these marbled pages to do the inside covers. So it's embossed here on both sides, Blair Lodge School. So I did a little bit of research. Sorry for that big noise. I was just going to grab my undo remover just so I could start working and keep talking. Anyway, I did a little research about the Blair Lodge School, and I discovered that it was an elite public school in Scotland, and Polmont, Scotland, which is just sort of west of Edinburgh. Yeah, I'm going to add some undo. I don't want to peel up too much. Anyway, it opened in 1843, and it was on 100 acres of grounds. Now, one source I looked at said that sports were a huge part of life at Blair Lodge, and another source I saw said art and science were very important subjects at Blair Lodge. Anyway, it was a boarding school, and there was sort of students sent from all over the empire to go to Blair Lodge. And one source that I was looking at said that with the Boer War, which was at, I want to say 1895, but now I'm thinking maybe it was later. I'll have to refresh my memory banks there. The students who were in South Africa, had to return home, and with that, there was sort of less and less students. Oh, and there was a really popular headmaster. And once he died, popularity of this school sort of fell off. So undo, you've probably all seen this before. It dissolves adhesive, but it won't harm the book. I hope. It never has harmed the book. Or anything else I've used it on. All my garbage cans way over there. Come here. I'm going to need you. Needs a little more dissolving. What else was going to say? Oh, the Latin motto, nunquam non paratus, means, well, it's kind of a double negative. It means never not ready. So if we remove the double negative, it means always ready or ever ready. Okay. That should dry nicely. This could be like a little grease pencil or something. Let's see if we can lift that off with a little bit of undo. Maybe not. So, I got thinking about this book and this school And I thought, what I want to do is just a really, really masculine journal with sort of a turn of the 20th century feel, you know, when before the school closed. Maybe slightly Scottish theme. And this had big strings in it. And also the idea of being always prepared. So maybe, you know, this will be a good book for making plans, making like a planner, a masculine planner, or a bullet journal maybe. So I'm just sawing out this text block. Now, you see it? Did you see that? Just pressed it down and it came ripped right open. I want to make this quite a lot larger. Maybe I'll do it from this side. So I'm cutting the original spine off, and I'll make a new spine. So today is Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. And it's a day off for me. It's Remembrance Day here in Canada. Well, Remembrance Day all over. I think in the States they call it Veterans Day, maybe. But certainly England. So it just makes me wonder, you know, how did this old book get to a thrift store in Canada? Isn't that interesting? Okay. Gotta measure this. Where is my ruler? So it looks like it's 8 inches. Yep. 8 inches by 5 1/4. And I think I'm going to make the spine 2 1/4 inches wide. So that will give me enough for 11 signatures. It'll end up being about 250 pages, 260 pages. This will dry. You can see where I was rubbing the undo up here that it's already dry. This will dry. Still a little sticky. I scraped it with my fingernail. Well, there you go. So my plan is to save this if I can. Oh, see, it had the ridges. Is that where the strings were? Maybe. I'm not going to mess with that right now. I'm excited to do that, but I'll probably wreck it if I do. Like I said, I want to save these pages to replace the marbled papers on the inside covers. So those will be my new covers. I'm just going to have a quick look to see if there's anything else I want to save. That'll make a good tag. What's this say? The Gresham Press. Okay, edited by Eric S. Robertson, Professor of English Literature and Philosophy in the University of the Punjab, Lahore. Huh. What's in Lahore is in Pakistan, right? Well, there wasn't a Pakistan at that time. Okay. So I'm happy about that. I'm going to use this as the front page likely. The rest I'm going to set aside. I don't think I will use any more of it, but never say never. Okay, let me organize a spot here. I need a spot to work. So the things I'm saving are going there. And there. Okay, now I need a file folder. Okay. Come on, hands. Work with me here. So this has got the scores, the score marks where the file folder would, ease to make room for the contents. Yeah. So I'm just going to cut this at 8 inches. And I'm going to do 3 layers. I feel like I got a lot done today. I'll be honest, I've been feeling a little overwhelmed by life in general. I think part of it is seeing the resurgence of the numbers in COVID. Not sure how that's all going to play out in terms of regular life. I know that this is going to change our reopening situation at work. And I was miserable when we were still in stage 1. And I guess, I'm worrying about stuff that hasn't happened yet, which is always a mistake. And intellectually, I know that, and yet here we are. So my favorite way of coping with stress is just avoid it. Everything's fine. Everything's good. And things were starting to pile up, and tasks that I needed to do, and business I needed to take care of, and decisions I needed to make were all starting to sort of fall through. And the more in the moment, avoidance is awesome. But in practice, avoidance worsens stress. So I had a long talk with myself. Get it together, Nancy. So I decided today, well, let me back up. Today I was supposed to have an adventure. Oh, I just cut myself. Oh, man. Okay. Nancy. I was supposed to have an adventure today. I wanted to make sure I'm on the last of my art glitter glue, and I wanted to make sure I had enough to get me through winter. And the last place I got it was in Oshawa, which is a bit of a drive from here, but that's where I got it last year, and that was my excuse to meet up with my crafty crush, Catherine, over on Sunnyside Journals. And I said to her the other night, "You're in the Durham region, aren't you?" "Yep." I said, "Well, both of our regions are in yellow. So they're not recommending any unnecessary travel outside of the zone." So, I mean, I don't need to travel to go get glue, but it was an excuse to go and have an adventure and see Catherine and get into some trouble. But so that was kind of disappointing. And we'd had this planned for a couple of weeks now because I knew I had today off. Remembrance Day isn't normally a holiday for anybody. It used to be. Oh, getting blood on my stuff. I'm going to pause while I get a Band-Aid. Okay. I got a Band-Aid. Can you imagine what this is going to feel like every time I have to sanitize my hands every time I walk into a place? Ooh. Okay. So I was saying, it's not normally a holiday. Now, when I was a kid, it was a school holiday. And there was always a service at school, a ceremony, some kind of ceremony anyway. But now it's not a holiday except for some folks. I'm happen to be one of those folks because I'm a pseudo government worker, I guess you could say. So our office, even though it's closed anyway, but it's really closed today. Nobody's working from home. Any of the tribunals would be closed. The courthouse would be closed. All that stuff. I'm not sure if banks are closed or not. Or like the post office. I'm not sure. Let me get a needle, or a pin, a pin. Oh, I'm working really hard. So I knew I'd have today off, so that's why I made the plans with Catherine. But so I'm bummed out about that. I hope she's bummed out about that too. No, I don't mean I want her to feel bummed out, just disappointed. Because misery loves company. So I will leave this overnight to set up. This will give me a nice curved spine. Went to the bookstore last night. Got some books to read. It's that time of year, isn't it? Well, every time's a good time to read. You know, in the summer, it's nice to sit outside and read. And in the winter, it's nice to cozy up. And they had this deal. If you spent $50, you could get this furry, like fake fur throw. It was regularly priced $80, but I think you could get it for, I want to say $35, or I can't remember, maybe $40. Maybe it was half price. I don't know. I can't remember now. $35 or $40. Anyway, so I more than spent that, and I got myself a new throw. Now the cat, he hates anything with texture. It's lava to him. He can't put his little feet on it. So I've been making him mental with that. All right, how are we doing here? Yeah, it's coming. So once this is dry, I'm going to do this today. I will do a little more inking around the edges, and then I'm going to spray it with a sealer, the Mod Podge matte spray acrylic sealer, just to protect it and, you know, make sure that you know where I marked it up with my fingernail. And make sure, you know, none of this gilding comes off. It's, you know, what year did we say this was? 1887? So it's 133 years old. I was just looking at this. So here's a cricket bat and some fencing swords. This is a quill pen, a book, or maybe a Bible. And I don't know what this thing is across the quill pen. And these are scientific instruments. So I will have to make sure that I include some science and some sports and some writing in here. All right. Well, I think we'll shut her down for now. Thanks so much for joining me on the brand new beginning with this new journal. And it will be new for me because I have never made a masculine theme. I like frilly, lacy. I like things to sew things and add buttons and that kind of thing. So I've already picked out the fabric I'm going to use for the spine, and I bought it the other day. So this is a Tim Holtz fabric, and it's all cigar bands. So I think that's a good way to add color. And and I think it matches really nice. Alrighty, you take care, and we will talk to you later.